Hello, everybody. Yes, it's MACH 2024.
MACH 2024, we're here, we're live.
Very exciting.
It really is, isn't it? I can't believe it's 2 years since the last show.
2 years. How quick has that gone?
Unbelievable. It's great to be back. Great to be on home soil because we've been doing so much overseas recently.
I know.
I think the last exhibition we were at was EMO.
Yes.
And we're now here, back at MACH.
It feels good. And you know what I love about events? You all know that I love events. But what I love about events is seeing people's faces that we know from industry. I find that somewhere like MACH, so often that we go out to so many of these places around the world. In the UK more often, but then globally, and yet you have an event and it brings everyone together. So
it does. It's good to see familiar faces.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that pre-registration is up, so it should be a busy week. 500 exhibitors here, probably more than that. They're probably expecting 25,000 people. So this is the place to be this week. We're here at the NEC. This is MACH 2024.
So this week we're going to be going round lots of different stands and bringing to you product launches, products that are already out in industry, but we're going to be getting onto, well, maybe we can have a go on some of the machines, I don't know.
Right, you can try.
I can try, maybe you might. But for here, we are actually literally standing on a machine.
It's an absolute beast, isn't it?
Look at the size of this.
We normally sort of start small and work our way up, but
Yeah.
actually we started today on the biggest machine at MACH. In fact, this is the biggest machine, I believe, that MACH has ever seen. Now, this is a whopping 18 tons. This is a double column machining centre, an absolute monster. And we are going to see it in action in a little while. But you need to get yourself here to MACH if you like the look of what you see.
It's incredible. Now, in a few moments' time, you're going to take us on a tour of this machine. This is what our live streams are all about, bringing you all of this technical information. It's almost like you're here. So if you can come to MACH, brilliant. But if sometime, maybe you can come just for one day, but you can't make all the other days. Make sure you're watching the streams because we're going to be bringing you in-depth product launches. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, well, we'll be live here, whether you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube or on the MTDCNC website. We'll be delivering live streams all week. This is the first one today. There's another 3 or 4 happening. And then at the end of every day, just after 4 o'clock, today I'll be hosting a live podcast from our stand. So if you're here at the show today and you fancy participating, then you can come along to our stand. I can't even remember what our stand number is, to be honest.
Oh, no.
I'm going to be seldom on it because I'm going to be floating.
It's Hall 19.
It's Hall 19. I'm going to be floating around the show. You can come and see me, Lindsay, all the team this week. And I tell you what, this is an absolutely great place to start. As Lindsay said, I'll be taking a tour of this whole machine, talking to Nacho from Spain. We'll be talking about all the elements of this machine, the configuration, where it would be used, and why you should come here to see it this week at the event.
You
can also, sorry to cut across
you go.
If you've got any questions or any shout-outs, then please do that throughout the streams. We will do our best to answer them. We're monitoring. And would you believe we're streaming to over 200,000 people?
That's amazing.
If you take our collective audience, 200,000 people we're streaming to here today, and we will be for the rest of the week.
Now, you don't know our stand number, but this stand is in Hall 19, stand 310, and of course we're on the Correa machine. But these are sold in the UK by DTS UK, aren't they, Paul?
They are, yeah, and it's a popular machine. I mean, this particular machine, there's around 450 of these installed worldwide. Now, this here, and I know Andy's going to tell you, but this machine here, I think they started installing it about Thursday last week. So they managed to get this in 4 days, 4 or 5 days.
How?
And guess what? They've got to get it out in 2.
No way.
In 2 days. This whole
I'd love to film that, actually.
Because it's sold to a customer in Carlisle who is taking their second machine. So they've had one already, and this is the second.
Do you think their customer will be happy that we're standing on the table?
Well, as long as you wipe your feet.
We're not too heavy.
We did wipe our feet on the way in, didn't we?
Can. OK, so make sure you've got those questions coming in throughout the stream. Paul, in a few moments we'll be back because you're going to go on a tour of this machine to get all of that technology onto your screens. But first of all, I'm going to go and speak to Andy from DTS UK. Can I have your microphone? Thank you very much. Right, follow me. So this is Andy here from DTS UK. Here we go. Andy, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was going to give you the microphone then. I'm all right, thank you. Exciting. It's MACH.
It is. It's MACH week and we'll have a big machine.
You do. And we've just told everyone that the machine has been sold already, hasn't it?
Yes. So the machine is going to a company in the northwest Bendels, who this is
Yes.
their second machine now.
We've been there.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love this. Now, I've been to quite a few case studies where your machines are. In fact, can we just go down there? Because can you just tell the audience, DTS UK, for anybody that doesn't know who you are, in the UK, who are you if someone doesn't know?
DTS is renowned for large capacity milling machines,
Right.
which is Correa. So
Yes.
DTS has been working with Correa since 2005 now, and we've been very successful in this type of market.
And what's that type of market? Who's buying your machines?
So anyone from nuclear, which is this machine,
Yes.
automotive, oil and gas, defence, so a very spread across the full range.
Yeah, and how busy are you at the moment?
So this year has started off a really, really positive year for us, and at the moment we are flying.
Why is that? Why do you think, what's happening in industry where it's the successes?
The industry is very, very good.
Yeah.
But one, we've got the quality product, and the other thing is we have the know-how with the machines,
Yes.
which is key.
Yes. And I know we've gone over industries, but can you go into a little bit more detail? What's the problem that people have out there where they go, this is the machine for them?
So the problem people have is looking, I would say, for large capacity machines where they want to do multiple face machining on one machine.
Right, okay, so it's easy, quick time, setups,
Yes,
everything.
yes.
And you've got the machine range. That's kind of why I brought you over here. So can you explain some of the ranges that you've got? Because don't think, Andy, you can bring all of these to the show.
So the range starts from a bed type machine to a travelling column machine to a bridge type, a gantry, and they're very, very modular the way they're built.
And what are the benefits of having these types? Because for me, I think, where was it? Mollett Cox. They
Yes.
had, was it a Norma?
Yes.
Forgive
yes.
me, yeah, gosh, I can't believe I do remember some of this. But they like it because the travelling bed, it's all about
Yes.
speed.
So they have machines what are fixed tables,
Oh, fixed table.
which you can put a lot of weight on, or you can have a machine with a moving table, which is very quick and very agile. It's a bit like this.
So like this. Okay,
Yeah.
and we're going to have a little bit of a tour of this machine. So let's head back down there now. So, Andy, ultimately, you've got a machine of this size, various industries, you're very busy. Who would you like to kind of welcome onto your stand then during the week?
At the moment, we would like to see lots of new customers, apart from current customers, because we believe that there's a lot more people need to know about us.
Yes. And why is that?
Because, one, we have a quality product,
Yeah.
but the other thing is we have the know-how with the people to support that.
And where are you based? Where's Correa based as their headquarters?
So Correa is based in northern Spain, in Burgos, which is just south of the Basque Country, and it's been there for a very, very long time.
And what's the benefits of having that location? What do you feel like you get from them?
So the benefit is we have a person that works for DTS based in Correa as well, so our support is very, very quick
Yes.
and very different. And then the other thing is you have a European machine with European products, which is first class.
And so if you are looking for the machine, because obviously the size of these machines, you can't just go, oh yeah, we've got that in stock and everything like that. Is there somewhere that we can go to and visit?
So there's two sides. One is we have lots of customers in the UK, but the other side of it is in Spain, the factory is absolutely full of machines.
Yeah, in fact, Javier's just told me that you've just sold one literally not far from my parents have a home out in Spain, and you've literally, it's like, oh, just round the corner from there. It's one of our biggest installs yet. So
5 million euros.
5 million euros. So it's a big, big old machine.
Yes, yes.
Right, wonderful. So for everyone who's watching, what would you like to say to them during the week of MACH?
Come and see us at Hall 19, stand 310, and see the Correa.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for going on camera. You know what? You're my first person on camera, bar Paul, at the whole of MACH 2024.
I talk better than him.
What do you think? Thanks, Andy. Here you go, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Hand in
No, he
the.
doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I thought that was going to come quickly. Here you go.
Thank you.
Have a tour of this beautiful machine.
Okay, I'm going to go and speak with Nacho now, who's going to tell us more in detail about this Correa Fox 60. So, Nacho, this is it's a fabulous. In fact, let's just step forward a little bit. A fabulous machine here. Am I right in saying that this is an 18-ton double column machining centre? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you maybe just talk through some of the features of the machine, the size of it? I mean, it looks huge, but tell our audience exactly how big it is.
Yeah. This is the Fox model, the Fox milling machine. As you said, this is a bridge, double bridge column milling machine. Here we can see probably the main advantage of Nicolas Correa, which is the head technology.
Well, let's come back to that in a second. Before we get to that, tell us about, we're standing on a huge bed here. What's the size? What is the capacity?
The size.
And if you turn your body towards the camera a little bit.
This is a Fox 60, okay, so this is a 6 meters longitudinal traverse, 4.25 in the cross axis, and 1.75 in the vertical axis.
Okay, now you have around about 450 of these machines installed around the world. What would you be making on something like this? What traditionally is the type of application that is being machined on one of these?
Say again, sorry?
The type of application, aerospace sector,
Yes.
mould and die.
Yes, Nicolas Correa is producing flexible machines, okay? So depending on let's say that the machine is exactly the same for all the different applications. So depending on the configuration, depending on the accessories, we can adapt to the customer's requirements, okay? From the energy, oil and gas, aerospace, automotive, capital goods, many different applications. The key for that is the milling heads and other accessories, but above all, the milling heads.
Yeah, I guess with a machine of this size, and I say we will come on to this in a minute because I know it's a really important part of your strategy or your machine sale. But when you've got a machine this big in length that you mentioned, how do you keep precision from one end to the other? That's got to be tough.
It is.
Important, really important.
Very important. In fact, the philosophy of Nicolas Correa is to make a stable machine from the mechanical point of view, which means to produce machines with a very good geometrical precision. Okay, for that we use different technologies and elements, but we spend long time to in the production process to make the scraping of the guideways and to compensate in the different ways these geometrical errors. For instance, in Nicolas Correa, we compensate first from the mechanical point of view. Let's say the cross beam, okay, is mechanical compensation to avoid the bending and let's say this turning movement, okay. We use different pull bars to compensate these geometrical errors, and then in the final stage we use the CNC tables with electronic compensations to look for the microns, let's say, but for us very important geometrical precision.
So if we talk about the head, so if you've got any questions for Nacho, then please do fire them in. I'll be periodically checking my phone just to see what's coming through on the feed. But this head we talk about here, this is a UAD head, isn't it?
It is.
It's one of the big things we talk about in Correa when we go to where these machines are made in Spain.
Yep.
What are the really key characteristics of this that you guys believe make it stand out?
Yeah, this is absolutely our advantage in the market, the head technology. This is a patented head, all mechanical. We don't use electronic devices inside. We believe that the milling head should be very strong and very reliable by means of the mechanical
It's like
point of
two
view.
right angles, isn't it?
Yes,
Two 45-degree right angles working
We don't
together.
use brakes, okay, but we use a Hirth system in the C and the B axis by a double Hirth system to reach a 0.02 degrees resolution, okay. The use of this technology guarantees the precision, repeatability, precision, and also a very stable milling head during the machining.
And you can get to something like 365 million positions.
Yes.
That's moving to very fine positions. What I like about and interesting about the head here as well when it's extended, and is your cooling in here.
Yes.
You're taking the atmospheric conditions.
Yes.
Rather than having to worry about the factory being temperature controlled, you're controlling the temperature of that head in accordance with what's happening around here, which is the opposite to how it works sometimes.
According to our philosophy to make stable machines, the vertical axis is not patented, but a very particular technology. We are looking, the RAM is cooled by air. That means to have the same temperature in the different parts of the element to avoid the bending and the turning effects. Okay, so even for changes in the environment temperature in the shop, the vertical axis remains stable.
Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to walk off the machine and we're going to get your colleague to press go so we can see the machine moving around. If we come down here. Now keep watching today, guys, on our streams. We'll be, if you want to stand here, I think the cameraman's going to walk in front of us. CNC today, we're going to be live throughout the week here at MACH, so you will not miss a thing. We're here on the Correa stand. This is the biggest machine that's ever been at MACH, so you need to get yourself here to see it. Nacho, we're seeing it moving around now. One of the other points that I haven't picked out on yet is your construction and the frame. You've got concrete columns either side of this machine as well, haven't you? What difference does that make, and how does that help someone that's machining?
Again, looking for the stability. All the different technologies we are using this machine, the main issue, the main goal is to get this stability during the work. Okay. In this case, the columns are filled with concrete, not to make the machine stronger, but to look for the stability from the thermal point of view, the thermal gradient and so on. Okay. So let's say that to have the columns with concrete makes the machine more stable from the thermal point of view, and also we can increase the dumping capacity.
Yeah, and this machine here, 18 tons, it took about 4 days to get in. Now, you've got a lot of different tool changing heads and things you can do with the machine. We can't do it here today because you need to actually bolt these machines to the floor, don't you, to do that, which I completely understand because clearly there's a lot going on, isn't there? But tell me about some of the head changing on it. What are the options and how do they lend themselves to different companies and different sectors? Yeah,
exactly. So particularly this milling head is very, very flexible. So we can, this is in fact the milling head we use and we sell for, let's say, almost all the applications and sectors. But of course we have a 5 continuous axis milling head, we have a long snout heads, we have a right angle heads, we have heads with electro spindle, different options to meet the customer requirement. In the aerospace, we will use for sure more 5 continuous axis. In the energy, oil and gas, capital goods, we are selling this milling head.
And there's one last point from me, Nacho, here. Rack and pinion mechanism on the machine table moving. I spoke to you earlier about precision. Clearly, that's an important part of the construction as well, isn't it? The way the table moves on the x-axis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rack and pinion, of course. Yeah. We are using an electrical compensation to avoid the backlash. But in this machine, we are using the rack and pinion to avoid the long ball screws. This is a 6 meter table milling machine, so the ball screw cannot perform very well when it's very long. So that is why we are using the rack and pinion.
And that helps you maintain precision from one end to the other.
Of course, yeah.
In oil and gas, they're all important
capital
parts.
goods, many different sectors.
If you want to come back on it, Nacho, thank you very much for joining us today on this stream. Travel everywhere, don't you? I mean, your role takes you all over the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Nacho, thank you.
Thank you. Do you like being here in the UK?
I love being here in the UK. It's good to be back on home soil, actually. Like I said, it means I can commute, I can get backwards and forwards and get home easily.
Yeah. The weather wasn't brilliant this morning,
perfect
though, was
exhibition,
it?
but the weather wasn't. Not as nice here as it would be where these are made.
Yes.
The Spanish factory where these are made in Burgos, in the Basque area of Spain. Beautiful, beautiful place to visit. But also the factory is something else. I'm going to personally be going there in June this year. So if you stay tuned and keep watching MTDCNC, you'll be able to see a factory tour there from them. What do you think?
It's an incredible machine, and the technology in the head of this machine, I think, is what makes this really stand out.
Well, do you know what I was going to say about that head? What's quite interesting, do you remember the Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Rubik's Snake?
No.
You know, like the Rubik's Snake, it was a revision of the Rubik's Cube. It was like it had two 45-degree angles on it and used to
do you remember?
If you've seen the Rubik's Snake, this is how this head operates. I'll get one and show you. But basically two 45-degree angles working together to get you or to be able to achieve any position.
Yeah.
So when you're machining,
So
but clearly absolutely wasted.
I've been to
I
some.
won't try this again.
No, nor the Rubik's Cube snake. I've been to so many of the case studies of these machines, and the customers just say it time and time again. They absolutely love them, and they like. I've seen one, and then next to the, then buy the second purchase, and you think, oh, really? A machine this size, and they do. So, yep. Okay, this is a live stream, so make sure those questions are coming in. We're going to go.
I haven't been able to check, so if there are any shout-outs, apologies. We haven't managed to get to them, but we will make it up to you. We will do them on the next stream. As Lindsay said, we are streaming here all week at MACH. Next time, today at 4 o'clock I'll be doing the live podcast as well, but I know you're doing live streams throughout the day.
Yeah, we're doing live streams throughout the day, so do make sure you're watching and get those questions in and chat to us. That's what it's all about.